Question. What is the difference between a successful rapper? What makes somebody say, oh, I really want to follow this person? Like, mostly front, mostly weed culture these days, mostly this, mostly that, mostly this, that. I've run around a lot. But poetry, different nights, different venues, partook in lots of stuff, and then it's like it calms down. You go whatever, because you're not bringing your A game. Because quite frankly, you're socially awkward. And what makes a creative person? I think if you weren't socially awkward or had some erratic vein or something that people were mistaking you for autistic sometimes, or this or this or this, the madness of the sketchiness nature of it. And I'm not alone in that people struggle to process or bring their crispy lined character to places and then just get there, deliver and do. It's very difficult. Anyway, people have been said, when you write because you're out in an area. And I wrote this in an area when I was walking around on my own, because it comes about because of a certain level of like awkwardness and self-consciousness that being on your own, that creative vein. Anyway, this is rap and I think it's on fire. It's about taking a bike to an area and then it got robbed. Playing the game though feels like being cheated. Took my bike because it had X-Files logo on the seat, kids. Wondering why honey turned into pesticide. Why big girls run and hide. Morning morn. In an area I want to belong, because some areas get me wrong. On a canal, feeling like a wow, because sometimes it's all about from where you how. Playing in an area where a girl mistook me for a cash cow. Vibe went stout, because she had me on block while putting my funds into a state of shock. And I rock, but she says I stalk. But hers is at least a 15-minute walk. Probably more like half hour. But I'd never go there, even though a need to talk is my everything. And just a bunch of dramas, most all bring to the table. You just got to be willing and able. All fables, all the same people, but it's only for who you want to play the game for. Has to deep. Cat creep for them all sure. Block deletes always leave lovers desperate, hopeless, wanting more, till the delusional freak speaks, stalking, talking, please threats. That's when hopelessness peaks. Edge your bets that she's a multiple offender, no kind of friend to you, fucking and lending to her. She says listen to purrs and peace, and I say fuck you, eat your own feast. Look at my face, these women create in the nature of the beast. I'm supposed to be a western grateful leather, but what female loyalty doing to my face make me wanna wear a burqa like they do in the east. Listen to the lyrical feast. Playing the game though feels like being cheated. Took my bike because the X Factor on the seat, kids. Went to fight, when to be defeated. Hearing Looney Tunes brass bands coming from a mum's sleepless head. Tireless needs to please. Some madness heard early on. I sought to ease. Fear the day she deceased. Sometimes me drives me love like an overgrown baby. Something drives me in love like an overgrown baby. Environment around me full of judgmental horror, sometimes shady. Everyone taking, knocking, making me feel like a little old lady. Now, Frady cat to play on any part because she made me a drama trapdoor mat. Prat, I'm a pussycat, need a owner stat, and parents make of us pets when better to develop indifference Tourette's. Now, if that's not good, I don't know what is. I mean, that's like when to fight and when to be defeated. But sometimes you hear horror stories and you hear people being sad and you hear different things around scenes and you hear a certain level of mean streak in people that they're taught to be this way younger, and they are pick up throwaway type people. And if you're younger, you can't handle it. The rejections, the way people go about things, the way they basically it's a cliche. It's actually a cliche around certain places. Like people play this way or that way. It's just hardened and whatever. So yeah, blocks, deletes. Always leave lovers desperate, hopeless, wanting more, till disillusional freaks speak, stalking, talking, police threats. That when hopelessness peaks, edge your bets that she's a multiple offender, no kind of friend to you. Fucking and lending to her. She says listen to purrs and peace, and I say fuck you, eat your own fees. Like you need rap like that. Because so many people are bastards, isn't it? aren't people bad? It's just like, I'm such a basic person. Like, never a borrow, lender be. If you're gonna give money to someone, just take it at any given time, because then it's like, you're not gonna hurt me if you don't give it back. I'm gonna play cold front because that is a cold front in the fact that you're wanting money. And then it's like, and then some people make out like they're psychologically damaged and it's all about the damage and that's why they need it. And then they're the kind of people that encourage the nicest of nicest people to stay in contact because they've got that this. So you're like, they do psychology 101 on you, and the next minute you're in trouble for trying to stay in contact respectfully and things like that. So it's like X Factor and whatever, and it's like working through it. But at the time, the darkness prevails and it all comes circling around you, and you go, oh, what is it? Who's what? What's what? And who's this? And who's that clique? And is it about that? Or are they like just literally sort of like, you know, and I have no time for that. It's like, I would never go back to the sort of places. If you think that's like, it's not roughhousing or whatever it is, you employed people that literally intimidated and threatened me and made me feel like my life was in danger, and they weren't civilians. And what for exactly? Fuck off. Face-to-face interactions is better than that. Everyone's better than that. So it's like society literally has the ability to actually... And what I actually do worry about is, like, I think you'll find, if you did a survey, statistically speaking, suicide rates and people involved with the police, high. Like, when you have a husband that can't see his kids and then he has nowhere to turn, he can't go back to his parents' world, or when you have this or this or this, and certain people apply so many screws in society because they're playing it off like an EastEnders script, can't fucking abide it, that kind of level of mentality. And it's like, when you're imbued in it, you're imbued in it. Until you're a meditative person, a zened out person, and then are using law of attraction things and don't even entertain sort of thinking, then you're not attracting any more of that. But, I mean, I do attract drama heads, but I just don't play anymore. It's like, she knows her place. It's like, do I know my place? No, not really, because I have all the heart to still do exactly the same routine and get in the same trouble for somebody that's seemingly compromised safety, or this person, because that's what they present as. And then it's like drama. And if you step over this boundary, are you at risk of then endangering your own, basically, safety on behalf of mental cases, really? And London's full of them, especially around charities and around arts, because many a male have I seen got in trouble from female, and the way it's like, oh, this is your baby. Oh, and the courts don't even do paternity tests for foreign internationals that are in hostels, in the worst scenarios. They don't actually go ahead and do that for the person. Doesn't that make the UK and London a pretty twisted, horrible place? Oh, definitely. In places it really, really is. So yeah, I like, and that's nothing personal because it's just a rap. And the more you rap, the cleaner the claptrap gets, really. I think that predominantly you go through things at different various points in time, but then we come up smelling the roses and it goes round and round and round. But everybody's in danger at any given point in time of coming across those people that play dark, shady games and seemingly have the police in their pocket, sort of thing. It's very strange. Like, you know, there is some women in the mental health system are employing the police and they're taking it extremely seriously. And you go, well, this person self-confessed, used to have habitual habits that well known cause paranoia and delusional things, so you might accuse me of shouting outside of your house, which never even happened, and you're arresting me at airports for it and on holidays for this particular individual. So it's like, it's very clicky, and it is around arts, and it is like, and it's really weird the way that you will watch program and then it's like their surnames in the program on the name of the restaurant in something like, say, Heartstoppers, and you're like, is that a coincidence? Because that's the country she hails from, and that's her name on that. The drama, the outfits, the police around the drama and the outfits, and all the lines blur, and you go, to what degree is a police person in a police uniform a police person in a uniform, or somebody that's got a uniform off a set? Because the sets, the ones on sets, are actually branded proper uniforms. You wouldn't know the difference. And you go, to what degree is it Gotham? And have they just rented a cell for you just to fuck with people? Because you don't want me out drinking as a lone woman on a beachfront in Bournemouth. And I know you've been here listening to click, click, click on the phone. You're picking me up at exactly the time the brother's supposed to be picking me up. Weird shit, man.